a cash machine. And welcome to IO. We have today expansives, scavengers, nomads, and elites. Not sure if we're going to see any love on the elites today. It's a 1v1, but as it's IO, would not surprise me in the least. Seems like iron is a little bit tricky, so definitely going to be able to use magma. Sorry, basalt, whatever they are. There's some silicon there, perhaps. Look at the price of electronics. Maybe that's going to be a choice here. There are some nukes on that market, along with claims and returner claims. Some holograms, if it's feeling sneaky, some spies to counter the holograms.
Expansive colony founded.
And Cat chooses expansive first. Swiftly followed by a scavenger from Konto. Not sure there's the carbon available for a decent scavenger, especially with nukes around, but we shall see. Konto straight into a nuclear plant, gets some aluminium, a bit of carbon, and claim. Cat, couple of basalt platforms, and 2 steel. Red. A office, I guess. Let's have a quick look at the colony. Power. There's not a huge demand there. Power looks alright. Power's always an interesting thing in 1v1. Cat buying up some water. I suppose he wants to make the nuclear plant and single black market, black magic tiled farm. Interesting. She's brought into the water, which makes that a little bit more expensive for Konto. Konto straight to HQ2. Cat swiftly follows him. Konto moving has a little bit more. She's definitely going to be needed. I mean, very high. It's probably going to be interesting. Wow, that is a.
The black market is online.
But it is Cat, so she definitely needs a source of carbon, especially on IO. Some of the pretty expensive ion collectors and fuel. I mean, fuel is going to be going up for. Cat seems in a good position. So that steel comes in, should be able to upgrade. Still sitting on a claim, which I imagine is going to be a second plant. Black market is available for Cats. She takes a goon squad. Konto has obviously got a squad. Where he put it, I'm not entirely sure. My mistake, Cat bought it. What has Konto done with his black market cooldown? Must be a goon squad. A mystery. So, both these players seem to be in pretty good condition. Yeah, I mean, Konto's definitely going to best the fuel market. Having your farms offline. Not the best idea. Draining his water processor. Let's have a look better. Cat slightly slow start. I don't know if going into power early.
The black market is online.
Not sure if that's something. Cat is the leader in season 7 of 1v1s, so if anybody knows how to play 1v1, it will be her. Konto has shifted processes over here. Price of fuel, I think, has switch off. I mean, they're breaking even fine, but they're also running his farms. Going to be making a little bit of money. His farms stockpiling at the moment as
the black market is online.
Konto there, first to HQ3. Surprising, got a bit of. I mean, to get some solar condensers down, which he does, and another processor, which I'm not entirely sure about. Doesn't seem to be. There is money in water.
Expansive colony expanded.
Cat now manages to get up to HQ slightly slower than Konto. She also goes in silicon sensors. 2 has in
The black market is online.
But it is fairly well balanced at the expansive, managing to keep up quite nicely. Plenty of claims being. She'll have a little to see exactly. And those, a nuke comes raining down, which is a very good move. Gotta be stopping the scavengers. So to get going pretty fast. Expansive is going to have a lot of extra claims here, so unless content stay 1 for 1 by buying lots of claims off the black market, he is going to be at a slight disadvantage in the later game. And nuclear plants is stolen by Cat. Not sure. Perhaps that one would be a better one to take because issues with shipping. Oh. So Cat's good at the moment. Plenty of steel, plenty of carbon stockpiled.
A new claim is available for option.
So Cat's in a pretty good position there. 28k for a claim seems to be quite a lot. Not entirely sure if I'd be going for 32k.
The black market is online.
It's a fair bit of debt to be taken on.
The black
Usually on the
market is
carbon quarry by
online.
Cat. Excuse me. Not a bad move. I mean, carbon is pretty expensive. Cat's got a fair stockpile there, which I'm not sure. I mean, you don't really want to be selling down carbon when your opponent really needs cheap carbon. Possibly a good stockpiling it for the minute, but there was a lot of money. Cat had quite a bit of money there stored. Sold a bit down. Back into the ion collectors. No holograms gone. Just slightly. Superconductor, not a bad patent at all. Gonna get those water processors going nicely, so perhaps later on can move out of the plants. So, looking at condition, plenty of water stockpiled. Which I'd be a little bit tempted to sell that down, perhaps. Another nuke. Trace carbon now. There's always going to be the issue with taking scavenger on this map. The limited carbon and the fact that nukes were available. So it's a pretty good tile to be blowing, especially as all the it's going to be shipped in, so you can for all of that. The processors not at this point. Farms looking pretty tasty. Therefore, no. Cats, 3 steel mills looking pretty nice. Highest not making a huge amount of money at the moment. Really needs perhaps to move into something really profitable. Perhaps farms. Definitely contesting the farm market I think would be not a bad idea. Also here going for
The black
batteries,
market is online.
which is going to be a good patent. Let's have a quick look at the space elevator prices. Food is significantly less launch, but food is expensive at the moment. And a pleasure dome for Conto. Earning pretty good money for him there. 8 a second. And Cat decides that ungooned patent lab is going to be hers. She is going to win the race to liquid batteries. To win transparent aluminium. Shh. Slightly late, I don't know really why she's making a run at that. This glass isn't points, but anything that helps get a cheap space elevator is going to be respect. There are some spies down. Let's see if we can have. Conto's got one on patent lab.
Expansive colony
The
expanded.
black
here.
market is online.
Cat has got her spy just on the patent lab. Cat,
The black market
surprisingly,
is online.
being expansive, is the first to HQ level 5. It's definitely getting the best of the patterns as well. That mutiny pretty painful for Konto. Thinking Machines is the next one coming down. Space elevator, a ram, holograms, and radiation storm coupled with a shortage on fuel. Money to be made here, although both players do have the same amount of paying claim, so profits will be split equally.
New land is available for option.
A geothermal tile. I think both players could probably do with this. Cat, slight deficit at the moment. Konto wins the auction straight away. Age plant will be very useful for him. Still lagging though at HQ4. Space elevator, slowing it down slightly.
The space elevator is complete.
He is going to
Let's
be
watch
making.
our profits climb.
He's going to be making good money, but I think he's going to need to be getting into upgrade lab, engineering lab. Just get a few bonuses for production. For HQ5, obviously the expansive is going to have a lot of claims. Let's just have a quick at the market. Konto has been very keen on claims, which as a scavenger I think that you need an expansive energy equal 2 green squads each. Konto has got a lot of money. 8k compared to Cat.
Space elevator delivery.
Cat has got
So much
slightly
money.
more. 120k there, which potentially Konto get bought out. Has probably got
The
enough to
black
defend
market
himself,
is
but
online.
depending how it goes, there is the possibility of a majority buy, but I think that he should be okay. Cat just bringing 2 which I'm guessing was wow. Spiking shortages. Konto, he has got a decent amount of aluminium coming in, so he's going to be making some good money off that shortage. Has Cat got his elevator spied out? She has not. 7k spies. I'd be keen to see those two, especially seeing what you're up to. Cheap is definitely. She does put a spy, which will. By
The black market is
spy
online.
over on the carbon, which is defended. So still missing that space elevator from Cat. That could be a crucial detail later on.
Optimization center is ready. Time to
players
start improving
Have moved
everything.
into optimization centers.
The optimization center is online.
You'll
Let
have
the
a
planned obsolescence
little
begin.
look. Konto, water, food, Cat. On stop over for me. Cat is going to water at the moment. I would imagine that she's still not in the. Oh, she is in the food market. There we go. But currently, food is switched off. Interesting. Also selling water, so bringing in quite a bit of money. But
The engineers have advanced our production.
I prefer to see them switched on, perhaps. Konto
Black
put in a
market
rather
is online.
GMP down there, which gets a lot of things. Some of his own, mostly Cats, with players interconnected. Close. Another
Elevator
nuke,
going up.
which was Cats onto Konto's silicon. Silicon, not issue. So he has a stockpile, it's cheap. I think better use.
The black market is online.
Possibly would start with. So there we go. I mean, carbon, the price of carbon.
We have a hard-to-come-by land claim available to the highest bidder.
236, 40, 48. Wow. 56. Come on, guys. It's a little bit much. I mean, Konto, significant amount of debt here. He's at 130k's worth of debt, which runs the risk of slipping down. His operation centre, definitely a mistake there. You want to keep
Successful elevator shipment. Profits rising.
Perhaps I would leave food, the water, and actually do bringing in so much water. Might as well waste your time utilising something not that much of. Cat, on the other hand, has got 2 space elevators. They do not seem to be goons, but they don't seem to be covered holograms, which interesting. Cheap holograms, I mean, why not have a go? Konto making a move, buying into some Cat, some cheap stock.
Optimization center is ready.
Does
Time
seem
to start improving
to be
everything.
neck and neck, really. I mean, Konto has got more cash, but I was going to say Cat has the advantage in space elevators, but she does not.
Holographic imaging activated.
Konto gets that second elevator up, but Cat has still only got 2 food, which I fear is a slight mistake. That's food, the launch and food on world is fantastic.
The black market
Really
is
would
online.
like to see some food upgrades from Cat to upgrade.
Space elevator detectors improved successfully.
Can't agree with that, to be honest. So, his optimizations sensibly in the 3rd one, which is
The black
good move, I
market
think,
is
for him.
online.
This game is definitely going to go long.
The space elevator is finished and
Konto
ready
does
to
seem
go.
to have the advantage, a slight advantage over Cat. Cat does have the patents, and probably has an advantage in claims. Oh, it's Konto's. Maybe it's even in slight, but she'll see. Electronics looks a pretty good kit to be in.
The engineers have advanced our production.
But ultimately, food is the place to be. Each food tile is just 450, 500 tile, which
Successful
is just
elevator
fantastic.
shipment. Space elevator rising. Methods continue to improve. Money.
Cat's launching food, I mean, fantastic launch, given the high price.
The black market is online.
You might as well launch aluminium. It's $1. A little bit
The hacker
surprised.
array is finished. Time to
These-
change our passwords.
If I was Cat, you see, I'd probably be refunding these 2. Definitely refund those 2 of aluminium, given the price of it. A couple of extra food down. I mean, well, you can have a little triangle there, and
Optimization routine successful.
having 2 food prices just doesn't seem to be. Opinion. Konto firmly in debt. Sure if he's pulling out of that anytime soon. I think debt is gonna let it fly. I don't think climb
The
out of
engineers
that.
have advanced our production.
And yes, obviously spotted the aluminium fantastic launch as well. So you might as well sell your food on Worlds and ship some aluminium off. That's the coming back. Konto has got 1
Elevator
claim.
going
Sorry,
up.
1 share advantage over Cat. So basically, neck and very, very tight game. Not sure if I can call this point. Let's see.
Successful elevator shipment. Profits rising.
Finally, Cat has started shutting down Konto's food. look, see what the tiles are producing.
Our methods continue to improve.
Undoubtedly best at points. Close second, and those ion collect. So do its work. So and neck. Really is neck and neck. I'm thinking that it's probably going to be coming down to launches. Sure.
Space elevator delivery. So much money.
It's definitely going to be much time. Let's have a look. The Konto is back to launching. Oxygen probably is what he needs to switch to. Sorry, wow. Konto takes game 1. Fantastic. Very close one, that one. But Konto just having the edge. Let's just have a quick look at charts and graphs. Balance sheets. Well, Cat came down first with that expansive. Only paid 2,000 for the spots, which wasn't. Konto uncontested. Judome. Okay, for very nice. Slight over Cat for Worlds. Seemed to make a little bit more, despite the fact that he was a scavenger expansive player. Konto, yeah, he definitely had the best of the market, I think. Sold a bit more down, sold more World. Just a couple of slight advantages there. Cats use Micro Array, which I completely right on stadium. Good game there. So using the bribe claim very effectively. Nice neck and neck imagine with Cat on. Optimizations. Perfect food. Cat. Another slight advantage over Cat. She was very close to. No problem, Gonzo. Gonzo, we're just going to have a short 5-minute break. So have a little leg stretch. Series. So Cat did get 2 more optimizations than Konto, but seemed to take slant. She'll react to them with that by patents. Cat took out of good. Excellent. Shall now hop into series. Excellent. So, Cat beaten on home turf now has to deal with the predictability of series. So we shall see what happens there. That was just no. So excellent. Oh, my mic is cutting in and out, is it? Oh dear. Sorry, I haven't been able to check chat, so. Game Slayer, are you going to hop in and have a co-cast? I shall. What shall I do? I shall boost something notes. Alright, give me a couple of minutes, I will sort that out. Noise gate, I don't really want to enjoy it. boost. How is that? That should be a little bit better, hopefully. I shall also turn the game sounds down when we get in game, because they are pretty annoying. Alrighty, I'm just going to stretch my legs for 2 minutes and we'll get going. Come on, Game Slayer, jump into Discord. Oh well, up to you, I don't mind. Let's have another little check. Hopefully I'm not clipping or anything at the moment. Close, open. Yeah. There we go. That should be slightly better. Hello, Game Slayer.
Hello.
How are you?
I was waiting around and I was... What?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. I'm just going to try and turn you up a little bit, maybe.
Oh, that's what I was confused about. I started your stream running. I'm like, wait, what? Alright, yeah.
I think that should be okay. Now let's have a quick check on GS. How's that? Can everybody hear GameSlayer okay? Say
Better.
something. Better. Good. No, nobody seems to be moaning, so
hello.
sounds good.
Does it?
Rahi's told me it sounds good, so
Alright, perfect.
good enough for me. Alright. So I shall definitely set us to observers.
That would definitely help.
We don't want no schoolboy errors.
Oh, wait, do I get 2 points if I beat both of them because we're not observers? Is that how this tournament works?
You'd have to ask DT for a ruling on that one. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it won't be a problem. We'll team up against them, and we can have a point each.
That'll be great. I'll take it. Absolutely. Because, I mean, I don't think points matter for you, so that'd be great for me.
Points mean prizes, GameSlayer. Everybody knows that.
Yes, but you need a collection of points, and I believe this would be the only one you'd ever get.
I'll take it, mate. I'll take it. 1 point. That's like 100% more points than I usually get.
Hey, I think that's more than PB's got right now.
Oh dear, did he lose to a girl?
He did, but let's be honest here. I'm surprised Cat lost to Konto because Cat has been very impressive lately.
She certainly has been. Certainly has been.
I'm to the point where I'm slated to have her be the top of her group. And that's not an easy group at all. I mean,
No.
my group's harder, but that's still got blues and PV and. Ugh.
Well, that's it. I mean, Rahi, I think, is going to be the lady to beat. She is
We'll see.
queen of the hill, so.
I wasn't there though.
Oh yeah, if I was playing, I'd totally beat everybody. But
Hey,
You
you
know.
know, I had to attend a funeral and stuff. If I was actually there though, she wouldn't have lasted. I mean, come on. Did you see how DT attempted to beat her?
I've been a bit busy recently, so I haven't had as much time as I usually have to
Well,
peruse
all of
things.
the games won series, and she just won with pretty much the same strategy every time, which was actually play decent and have your opponents kill themselves. So, you know.
That sounds like a good strategy.
No, Rahi's good. Rahi is good, but she's not going to be playing for a while yet. So
Okay, right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
I think our competitors are ready. Let's see if everybody's shouting at me. Oh, there's static. Well, yes.
Shouting, 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 shouting.
Fortunately, there's always static on my end. Right, I'm ready to go. You're ready to go. Let's do
Let's
it.
go. 5 minutes later, I'll actually load in. It'll be great.
Oh, have you still played on a potato? Come on.
Hey, I don't disconnect nowadays. It just still takes a while to load in. But no
Ooh.
disconnections.
Look at that shiny new Elite screen. That's
Ooh.
posh, isn't it?
I do like that Elite screen. I don't have it, but I do like that Elite screen. Yes.
Okay, welcome to Cat versus ichbineinkonto, and this second game of one is on series. What do you think of this map, GameSlayer? Is it a pile of rubbish or?
I don't know. I'm still loading models. Continue.
Okay, well we've got expansive, robotic, scavenger, and scientific. There seem to be some semi-acceptable scientific spots. No
Alright,
real.
oh, very interesting prices actually going on here with with carbon and aluminium being quite high. There's not very much aluminium on the map either. It's quite close to some carbon. I mean, you could potentially make a scavenger work there.
Well, there's core samples, which are
That is fair.
one of the best black market items on the board, I would say, and
That is very true.
severely
There's also-
underused.
There's also usable iron at the very bottom of the map. I mean, none of these are highs, but you could definitely use this as a robotic quite effectively, not having to pay those life support prices. That medium water is actually valuable. Both players though, $1,200 starting. No one really knows what they want to do here. It looks like Cat is going to take that robot spot as I suggested. Last prize started double, so not necessarily wanting to
Expansive
found
colony
last
founded.
first.
Yeah, I mean, Conte's spot there, I would be tempted to do scientific and then try and juggle something with core samples on that iron. That, I think, would have been better.
Which iron?
The uranium iron god tile.
Okay, I guess.
Well, steel's only
There's
60 bucks.
water, right? That is the strength of that pound. That does have water, and there are no magnetic storms or pirates, so I guess that could work. I don't like expansive there, though.
No, I don't like expansive there at all. That's, I mean, just the placement of it's a bit rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
there we go. Konto is a proven good player, so we shall see what he is up to.
And it is his map as well. But I am very worried. That aluminium price is very high, and he hasn't gone with that aluminium at the start of the game. So
Well,
I think he might be dead already.
yeah, Cat was very naughty and bought up a lot of that aluminium just to disadvantage Konto a little bit, which was a very good move, I think.
The
Konto's
only
suffering.
aluminium for him left is all the way at the other side of the map, and that's going to make it awkward. But I just don't see him actually being able to get to this upgrade, like ever.
No, that's going to be painful for him, isn't it? He's going to have
Okay,
to buy.
he's bought a new claim. He paid off. He bought a claim from the wet market. I didn't think about that. That is good. That will save him. But he's going to be level 1 to Cat's level 3 probably off of this. That's going to be quite an uphill battle. But he will survive because of the new claim.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I quite agree with Cat's strategy of selling down steel at this point.
It makes sense because in theory he could still sell down steel to buy up aluminium. If you can destroy the price of steel as quickly as possible, then that's a good thing. It's not like he's going to be able to... He's not making income from any other source right now.
Yeah.
So selling down steel is purely hurting him. If he was making income from somewhere else, say if he had this aluminum mine on a lot earlier,
That's gonna hurt. That's going to hurt.
and instead of actually using it, she's just turning it off. I'm not sure I agree with turning it
The
off.
black
but
market is online.
doesn't want an excess of aluminium, I guess.
I kind of think I'd be happy to take it. I mean, it's going to take a while for it to come in, so...
Whereas I'm
A new
thinking on the
claim is
other side of
available
things
for
where the more you take now, the worse this is going to get for him later because the things deplete. Oh my god, 64,000
That was some advanced clicking there, wasn't it?
after
That's...
he already buys another new claim as well. So what is he doing with this? Tonto, what's your plan?
Well, what can he do with it? That's the question. I mean, unless he tries to get glass, would be a good market to get into if he could do something with it, but... I don't know.
Robotic colony expanded.
It's looking worse and worse and worse for him, isn't it?
This is actually, I just want to point out, at this point, if he didn't buy that second new claim, which he felt he had to buy to get the aluminium, if he hadn't have bought that now, he actually could upgrade at this point.
Yeah, but being in C levels of debt on Series, on Sol 5, is a hide into nothing.
One thing he could have done is sold down all of his steel and iron here a lot earlier and gone into what the colony's consuming. The colony's currently consuming 0.8 chemicals. He might have been able to survive off
The
of
black
that
market is online.
increase. I mean, that's about half a hack's worth of extra income per tick.
Yeah,
If he'd have done that instead of what his current plans are.
he's
Why-
playing
why did-
Cat though, isn't he? Cat would immediately buy into fuel to make those chemicals pretty unprofitable.
No. Buy into chemicals, not make a chemical factory. Buy into chemicals themselves on the market because New Berlin is consuming chemicals.
Yes, I get
You've got to go for every little scrap of money you can in these situations, and that's actually one thing that an expansive player like this actually has going for them at HQ1 is that they do have a lot of money to mess around with prices and do that sort of stuff. He spent that money on private view claims, for example. But there's a mutiny on a chem lab, not a chem lab, on a nuclear plant, but that's just straight up bad for Konto, because he's going to be converting cash from input resources into less debt.
Which is
He needs the cash right now.
Yeah, cash is king at this point, isn't it?
He's building another nuclear plant as well.
Yeah, but that's not going to get him out of trouble. He's got too much debt to pay off. I mean,
If he hadn't have bought the claim, if Cat had taken it for 58, if he let Cat take it for 58k, he'd be fine. But he didn't.
No, he's in big trouble now. Very big trouble.
Huh.
I think
The
it's...
black market is online.
I wouldn't like to say it's completely over, but I'm pretty sure Cat has got a significant lead over him. Really can't see him coming back.
Let
Well,
Here's the
bidding
thing,
begin.
nuclear plants weren't worth anything because they're only 80 steel, sure. But 80 steel is still a lot of time investment, which Konto can't afford with this expansive play.
Yeah,
Honestly, if he'd have found robotic, he would have been just fine as well because the electronics were cheaper. Like, if he was scientific, he'd have been fine because he would only have to have done 2 claims to steel and 1 to the aluminium. Like, he has done everything he possibly can to make this game go poorly for him.
Yeah, every decision he's made has been the wrong one. I
40k
mean,
teleportation finally gets into HQ2 because he didn't have to wait for the aluminium. Cat, for some weird reason, decided to just start selling down the aluminium instead of just freezing out his aluminium, I guess.
well, he's taken two claims of aluminium, so might as well kill the might as well take your profits for Cat for aluminium. Might as well, because it's going to be.
Yes, he can't afford to run the nuclear plants right now because Cat because the uranium price is just too high right now.
Yep.
I should stop. We should stop focusing on Konto right now to talk about Cat. Cat has been in a very awkward position herself. She has not done very effectively with this robot, but it just hasn't mattered.
No, I mean I don't really like the placement of her HQ. She hasn't got a lot of room around it.
No.
She's going to have to have a lot of remote claims and. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the electronics price is actually going up even more. There has been a shortage, unfortunately, and she hasn't. What she's doing to try and counter this is power play, which is not going to last in terms of price. What she should have been doing is getting up either more glass or more water resources, because that's one of the things, right? Konto was a HQ1 colony for so long. HQ1s don't consume life support.
Yeah, no pressure on the life support at all. I mean, Colony's using a little bit, but it's just difficult to see where Konto's going to make cash from. I mean, he needs to somehow get into glass. I mean, glass is going to be a nice little market for him.
He's going into food, but he doesn't have water, does he?
Not that I can see, no. Unless he's going to
This is the
swap
time
over.
where he wishes transparent aluminium was something he would pick up. It's a lot cheaper, I think, than just going into farms.
Yeah, it's difficult to see exactly how he's going
So,
to...
one thing he has is a ridiculous stockpile of aluminium. If he was able to pick up transparent aluminium, which is available on series, this could have got him through the rest of this game. Actually, thinking about it, no, you can't go for a patent lab at HQ1, can you? Soren stopped that. Soren stops advanced buildings at HQ1. That was very sad, the day he decided to stop that.
Well...
That could have got him out of this game. HQ1 transparent aluminium rush.
New building is available for
Yeah, that would have been a good idea for him, but again, I don't know if he'd been able to afford a patent lab.
I think he believes this game is so over that he's just going for these things.
Yeah.
I don't blame him, but he's got to HQ3. If he goes into transparent aluminium, he might make a comeback here. He has just so much aluminium. But I don't see him doing that. I think he's already decided that this game is over.
Well, any patent lab he puts down is going to get shut down immediately by Cat, because he can't
and
defend
look, he
it.
puts down 3 claims. He put down 3 claims right here, and it turns night. So there you go. 3 claims off straight away. He
Yeah,
hasn't done anything with this HQ3 yet.
and one little power surge, and that's taken out probably 80% of his tiles, which is going to be pretty damn painful for him. So, and of course, the series, the interest is going to kill him, whatever happens. Yeah, there's a slightly unfortunate bounce there. It could well have gone down, take the steel as well, but the sun comes
Yeah, I
up.
guess.
But
That is one thing that's worrying, though. Cat hasn't grown. Cat has just not been growing this entire time. She's doing a Rahi base over here. I mean, it looks pretty. It's some sort of Picasso painting where it looks pretty because it's weird.
yeah, but
There's
she
some great adjacency everywhere, but
she's 50%. Well, she was 50% of the way there. But it's...
None of this is making too much income right now. I get that she's not selling down her water yet, which makes sense. But that electronics price is quite killer at this point.
I don't think she needs to go to HQ5 to win. I mean, if she can get into maybe a little bit more glass...
That's bold. Kanto has managed somehow
The
to
black
match
market is
HQs at this
online.
point.
Yes, but debt is going to kill him. I mean...
That's the thing, you say Ceres, that's gonna kill him, but Ceres is the most... It's the least killing of when you're on D-debt.
Well, he's dead anyway, isn't he? There's no way he can
Yeah,
defend
it looks
himself.
like he's going to be. Fortunately, Cat has just now managed to get just enough money to kill a guy who's been in D+1 debt since Soul 2, I think.
Yeah.
She should have not bothered with power, though. She just never should have bothered with power. But there we go. There's the buy, finally. Guys, I wanted a short game that was not short. Despite everything, that was not a short game.
That was a micro game, that was.
15 minutes long. Kanto, that was... I'm sorry.
Ah well. It goes like that sometimes, doesn't it? Well, GG.
Well, that was a game. Now, there were things Kanto could have done to survive, but he didn't take them. He should have let Cat have that for 58k, that claim. Honestly, that claim for 58k, if he'd given that to Cat and Cat had stayed doing so poorly, she might have died to debt. She might have had issues with debt, and that could have got him to survive this if he'd let that go for 58k. Similarly, if Kanto had started selling down the steel to invest the money into chems, because Cat hadn't got diversified her markets, she was still in mostly steel at HQ2. If he bought into chems, though, the chem price could have potentially channeled him into victory. Again, one of the interesting things about HQ1 as expansive is that you start with 20 glass, so if he'd have sold down all 20 of that glass, bought that into chems, he might have had a decent chance of getting enough to go through that aluminium. Or at least be in a good position from HQ2 to almost immediately go into HQ3 after you claim the 2 aluminium mines up the top, but instead he decided to not do that and go into power.
Yeah, that was a mistake, undoubtedly. I mean, it'd be much better, like you say, go into glass or something, or try for the chems. But I just think he found it wrong. Terrible. Well,
When you found wrong like that, that's when you've got to go back to the fundamentals. And by fundamentals, I mean things that aren't based around buildings. Things that aren't based around buildings, you've got your stock plays, which you can't do at HU1, but you've also got the ability to buy into resources. And he needed to do that. He really needed to do that.
he definitely needed to do something. Unfortunately, what he did was pretty bad. It reminds me of when he beat me. And the roles were definitely reversed. He was Cat and I was him. It's 1v1, isn't it? It's you got to be on top of things every single time. There's just no room for error. One little error and you're punished. And this is what happens.
HQ3, the first thing he does is place down solar condensers. Night. Okay.
Well, there we go. Cool. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
Yep.
Thank you very much for hopping on and giving us your wisdom.
You're welcome, and hey, that wasn't short, but it wasn't long, so we're good.
Okay, excellent. Okie dokie. Well, that about wraps things up for me. So I shall say goodbye.